Hey, what's up, family? We are back. KirkSlay here, and we are back with another review. I know it's been a long time since we last jumped on here. We've been busy. It's been a year. You know what I'm saying? But we are back, and this time we are reviewing a trip that we took. We got back a couple weeks ago now.
5 weeks ago.
Yeah, I guess so. Just about. Yeah. We made a trip to our home away from home, self-proclaimed. And we
If you know,
stayed.
you know.
If you know, you know. And we stayed at one of the newest, actually the newest hotel on the Las Vegas Strip. And we wanted to talk about it. It was actually a really special trip to us as well. Yeah, let's get into it. What was that hotel?
Fontainebleau.
Fontainebleau.
I feel like we've watched so many videos and no one says it the same. But
No.
I feel like I have to give it Fontainebleau.
Are you about that Fontainebleau life?
No, it drives me bananas.
The Fontainebleau.
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 Blah.
Blah.
Like everything in there, like they have La Fontaine. Like everything is like a vibe.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but we definitely want to talk about this. We're going to break this one down. Just like we did the last one, really. First impressions. We're gonna talk about the room. We're talking about the service because we're big on the service. Food, gym, pool, everything that resort brings. And so just stick around and don't forget. Make sure you like. Make sure you subscribe. It really helps out the channel. We're trying to grow this channel. We're trying to grow this thing. We're gonna be a little more committed. That's one thing that we made for a goal this year is to be a little more committed and putting out more reviews for y'all. We got some pretty good feedback on our last cruise review. So go check that one out if you haven't already. We reviewed the Carnival Venecia. We took that last summer. So, but yeah, check that one out. And we'll try to get more things out for you. We'll have some more announcements and everything through this video too, as well, about what's next for us.
But the main point is Fontainebleau worth all the hype?
Is it worth all the hype?
Is it?
I guess you gotta listen because we're gonna talk about that right now. Let's get it. So first impressions though, when you first walked into that.
God. 10 out of 10. Slay. Like, from the time we rolled up to the hotel and stepped foot, so Kirk got out of the car before I did, and by the time I had gotten out of the car, there were like 5 people coming up.
They're waiting, ready.
Like,
pulled up.
I have never seen, so little backstory for our viewers. I have been at the Fontainebleau in Miami, like way back in the day in my 20s. And I used to think, like, of course, in your 20s, you think that these fancy places are like you're like some big shot, right? And they were always known for the service. Outstanding spot. Kirk has never been to a Fontainebleau. So for him, it was like fresh. But right out the gate, like, it was different.
Yeah. Well, we got there, we got off the plane. We pulled up probably about 11 a.m. So,
was it that early?
I think it was about 11 a.m.
Yeah, it was
11
that
a.m.
early.
Vegas time. And I mean, to me, the first thing, not even just the fact that when we stepped out of the limo, that everyone was rushed us like, hey, do you want us to take your bags? Who wants to check your bags? Like, where you, like, do you know where you're staying at yet? Do you know what, like, how long you, like, what? They were just asking a whole bunch of questions already. Like, they were really interested. I think there was like 2 or 3 people that came up to us right away and was like, and the one guy was like, at first I was like, you know what,
I was like,
we were like, give me a minute, like, I'm just trying to kind of get my bearings a little bit, and like, and we were kind of thinking like because we had already gotten a message that said our room was gonna be ready when we got there, so
did we?
Yeah, it was already in the email that was gonna be ready when we got there, so because we had talked to the guy, remember, so he was like, yeah, you'll be good to go. So in my head I was like, we don't even need the bellman. You know what I mean?
Like, we're bougie. We're not that bougie.
Yeah,
like,
I can take my own stuff upstairs. Like, it's not a big deal. But the second time they asked, I was like, all right, you don't got it. Yeah.
Right. They were just so nice. Like, it was like that instant, we're big, like, first impression is everything. They opened the doors for us and they escorted us right to, like, VIP check-in.
Yeah. And that was the other thing. We didn't even have VIP check-in either. So at least not yet.
And just for everybody, we stayed
VIP check-in. It was the
Royal check-in.
the gold check-in.
The
gold line.
For everybody, we stayed in a Royal Suite Strip view room.
Yeah.
So that was we were there for 7 nights. 6 nights?
Yeah.
6 nights, 7 days.
7 nights.
7 nights.
6 nights, 7.
Okay.
I don't know.
Off first impressions.
A full week. We were there for a full week.
Full week. But check-in was, we watched a lot of videos saying that check-in, they waited. It was a mess. Yeah. We had none of that. We literally went straight through.
Listen, hold on. When we first walked in, the smell
of flowers.
When the door opened,
and we're gonna put pictures in here. You'll see all the flowers. But as someone that owned a flower shop for a really long time, and the flower girl, I was in my glory. It just, you walk in there and it's a mix of the smell and the Fontainebleau vibe.
I think they need to put that scent in a candle.
Stunning. I looked for it when we got home. They don't have one.
If the Cromwell got one, Fontainebleau needs one. Because it just was amazing.
First impressions 10 out of 10.
Then, you walk in, you see all the flowers, and it's just you're just wow. First thing is just wow. Okay.
It wasn't that busy.
No, it wasn't busy.
11 a.m. we landed.
But that's also why I said 11 a.m. I wanted to paint that picture too, because it very well could have been, just that it was so early, because later on in the week, maybe around Friday, Saturday, maybe I had to walk down to the lobby to ask them something, and it was a madhouse.
It was busy.
It was probably about maybe 1, 2 o'clock at that point.
And even when we checked out on a Tuesday, it was busy. I will say there were a lot of conventions. That was one thing I noticed that I don't think I've noticed in other Vegas hotels that
I did notice that a lot this time around.
There were a lot of work things. Yeah. And so I don't know that that's the hotel I'd be going to for work.
I think it's just because it's location in proximity to the convention center.
It's right across the street.
So I think a lot of probably businesses are trying to keep their people out of trouble by
I don't
putting
think
them
that's
right next
work.
door. Hey, listen, I want more my business to send me to Las Vegas. How about that?
Get those points, Kirk.
Used to.
We're trying to reach royal status.
But first impressions, just walking in, just like I said, the smells, the flowers, the ambiance, what everything looked like.
Yeah.
It was very,
it's elevated.
It's definitely elegant. Elegance at its best. Opulence, is the word that I think of. Everything that we love, honestly.
I will tell you, and so for anybody that hasn't listened to our podcast, we used to stay at the Bellagio. We loved the Bellagio. The last trip we stayed at the Bellagio, we stayed in the penthouse suite. Fontainebleau runs circles around the Bellagio.
It was crazy.
It is opulence.
And then, so after we got our room, they were pretty smooth. Everything going, checking in was smooth. All that was great. Probably took about 15 minutes.
Maybe. And everybody in line, the staff has iPads.
Yep,
they're
iPads.
Directing you.
Obviously offering you water and whatnot, but that's the usual when you walk into that level of hotel resort.
It's a big hotel.
Yeah, for sure. And then walking in, going upstairs, they asking you for your key before you walk upstairs, making sure that you actually do stay there, which is great. And they actually lock that down.
They do.
They are,
because we had people. We were there for an occasion. Obviously, we had vendors. We had glam squads. We had.
And every single time you couldn't get past that. You couldn't get past that guy with the or lady who was there, but unless you had your room key ready to go, which I did like.
Casino floor.
Yeah.
What did you think of that?
Casino floor. Oh, I love how it's so open and spread out.
Which is interesting that you say that, because we had watched videos that were saying the casino floor was confusing.
I didn't feel that it was. I guess it did take me about a full day to understand the layout of the hotel and how to get around a little bit, because I walked around in circles a couple times. I'm not gonna lie.
It's big.
But just the way they set some of the signage and whatnot, I walked around in circles a few times before I got it down.
We needed to find landmarks, right? So find a landmark that for me it was the Gucci store. That was my
That's right next to the elevator.
It was so easy. And Cartier is right next to the elevator door, so that was like my landmark for that.
I knew too because they're building YSL or just finishing up YSL. And I knew that
YSL is open.
I know it's open, but I'm saying they were just finishing the outdoor area, which stuck out to me.
But I will say,
I knew that by seeing that entrance, I knew which entrance it was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The one that had the upside down car in the front.
But also one thing I want to touch on about the casino floor, we also heard a lot of people saying that they weren't asked for if they wanted drinks when we were on the casino floor a lot, and every 5 minutes someone was coming up asking us if we wanted a drink.
For sure. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know if that was
maybe if it was really busy, you had to wait a little bit. But I mean, that's to be expected when
we were there through a full weekend, and we could have got a drink at any moment.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, casino floor great. I like how it was spread out and how it was set up. So that really wasn't a big thing for me. I thought it was good. And me personally, I don't like people all up on you and whatnot in a packed casino floor anyway, so I was content. I was more than content. Every game I wanted to play,
and people were saying you don't hit at the Fontainebleau. We hit numerous times.
Hit a couple times. Yeah.
So I think you might just be playing the wrong game.
Yeah.
I don't like 10 out of 10 first impression.
No, I think first impression casino floor. So then what about once you got through the elevator and went upstairs?
Oh my.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, the smell continues to follow you. It's just this
everywhere.
Smell of
it's everywhere.
Opulence.
Yeah.
Like,
the smell is amazing.
We were on the 68th floor.
Yeah.
It was stunning.
Yeah.
I would say one of my favorite rooms in Vegas by far. Yeah. It was clean. It was polished.
Don't say that.
It was just like I felt like I was home.
Yeah.
It was definitely.
It was walking in. Oh, Pacers just won to the finals.
Nobody cares.
Pacers are going to the finals.
This is about the Fontainebleau.
Knicks. Anyways, but to continue, the room, walking into the room, I was actually wowed. And it's not as big as it wasn't obviously not as big as the penthouse suite in the Bellagio.
But what do you need that space for?
Right, and just because you're not spending all that time in the room.
Yeah.
But the little pops of
details
in right when you walk in, the bathroom is just is beautiful. The marble floors, the bow ties everywhere, the little touches of things in that aspect of things. Yeah. Everything was just.
Oh wait, can we pause for a second? Because you just made me. Ladies, let me for all my hair girlies. Everybody raves about the Fontainebleau. They have a T3 blow dryer. And I wanted to put it to the test because I am I travel everywhere with my Buttercup.
So what was your first impression of the T3 blow dryer?
Wait a second. I travel everywhere with I have a Buttercup from Dry Bar. I have a full size for home, and I have a travel one for travel, which both of them are on their way out. So just PSA for that.
Yeah.
I feel like I need the Dyson, but. Everybody was telling us oh, they have a T3 hair dryer. It sucks. Okay, I'm just gonna give my full no holding back.
So first impression on the blow dryer is thumbs up.
We're
staying away.
It's good for it's elevated for other hotels. It's not one of those dryers that you pull off the wall and it takes 20 hours to dry your hair. It's fine, but it wasn't a Dyson.
So in other words, it's your average.
It's average. I used it one whole time.
Who makes T3?
T3.
Oh, okay. Don't make me like that. I don't.
It's just a regular dryer. I ended up bringing out my Buttercup.
What was all the rage with?
I don't know, because it's T3. I had a T3 flat iron for years and then it broke. But T3, it's elevated for a hotel. So I give Fontainebleau big props. You have a T3, amazing. It's
bring
elevated.
your travel Buttercup.
Bring your travel Buttercup. Dry Bar, sponsor me.
But so what else? Where are we at? So we're in the room.
So floor to ceiling windows.
Floor to ceiling windows. Yeah. What about the bathroom?
The bathroom was exquisite. having 2 bathrooms was awesome, right? Because you never know, like someone might be using the bathroom. I have to dry my hair.
I always get relegated to the side bathroom.
No, I dried my hair in the powder bathroom.
That's true.
So
yeah.
The bathrooms are exquisite. I have no complaints. The products that they give you like you had guys have shaving.
You know what
cream.
though? I do have a bone to pick with the shower at the Fontainebleau.
What?
So maybe it was just our shower, but the water kept kept going out on the floor every time. So maybe they just gotta fix the thing on the bottom of the door.
Really?
Yeah, I'm picking. But I'm nitpicking. But like that I just hate every single time the towels on the floor got wet.
The resort is so gorgeous. We have to find random things to pick out because there's nothing wrong with this place. The food, the service, the hotel, the smell. 10 out of 10.
We haven't even got to all that yet.
Well, I'm just saying. Like, we're nitpicking.
You can't say that. People are going to click off and delete. Oh, you know, it's 10 out of 10 now. Don't know how to listen to anything anymore.
We're nitpicking. Floor to ceiling windows. Completely separate bedroom from the sitting area. So we had 2 TVs. The view was literally overlooking the sphere, so you were able to see the sphere changing as it was, like nighttime.
Perfect strip view.
Yeah.
So we saw it all the way.
Pillows and
see all
bed.
The way down to pillows and bed.
Pillows. They give you like 4 pillows, which never happens in a hotel. The mattress.
The robes were great too.
Robes were good.
Robes were great.
Yeah, and I heard that they sell those.
Hey, turn down service.
Yes, they put our slippers.
Listen, that's crazy. That was crazy. I've never done turn down service.
And the crazy thing is that like when we checked in, Kirk gave our bags to the people because they were so like nice. He gave it to them, and then the bellman came up with our bags, and he was like, "What do you need? Do you need ice? Do you need this? Do you need that?" Like he was so nice. And then they knocked on the door later to ask if we needed turn down service. Gave waters, chocolates, like
every night. Every night they asked if we want to turn down service. Yeah. And then there was a night that we weren't there, and they did it anyways. Yeah,
put our slippers at the end of the bed, bathrobes.
Yeah, there was a night we were out.
Undid the bed.
I think that actually happened twice. We were out really late, and we came back, and it was already we were good to go.
Vanity in the bathroom, so all my makeup girlies like. The mirrors, there's the makeup mirror.
Well, that was the reason why we chose that room.
Yeah, and I didn't travel. Like, normally I travel with, like, a portable... Kirk got me this, like, portable makeup thing that I can plug in, and I always travel with that. I didn't bring it because I knew that the Fontainebleau had one. And it worked. Yeah. It was just fine. His
lighting
and her
was
sinks.
Lighting was on point.
Lighting was on point. Bathtub, soaking tub.
Okay, bathtub.
Separate water closet. Room, first impression. A1.
So everything about the room was popping.
It was quiet. Like, we heard people say that there was, like, noise in the... I didn't hear anything. I slept like a baby.
Yeah. It was just amazing. It's honestly one of the best rooms I've ever been in.
I agree.
Yeah.
I don't know that... Yeah, I agree.
It's going to be hard to stay in other rooms, honestly. Mm-hmm.
You get spoiled after that. For sure.
Yeah. Like, that's, like... I don't think... I mean, I've heard that the other rooms are great, but...
Well, and we're going to find out.
And we'll find out, for sure.
We'll find out. We chose a suite.
Might have to be base level... Royal strip view suite.
Yeah, just so we can tell you what the difference is, but I feel like there's not much. Like the details, the attention to detail is just stellar at the Fontainebleau.
Yeah. So room was popping. First impression was great. So far service has been good.
Yeah.
Honestly, overall for service, we could probably get through this pretty damn quick because there was really not.
Did we have bad service?
I don't think we did have bad service in any instance.
Mm-mm.
The people at the folks at the rewards desk were great and helpful.
They were awesome.
Front desk was great and helpful. Got a complimentary
resort credit.
No, that was part of the special that they were running, I guess, for the hotel. But no, they comped our. We asked for a late checkout.
They did.
They comped the late checkout, even though we weren't at the tier yet to get the late checkout. So
we got there once we left.
Yeah, they ended up comping that. They gave us a 3 p.m. I think they gave us 3 p.m. which that's probably not gonna happen to everybody, but they let us rock out, which was super helpful because our flight got delayed.
Yeah.
We were supposed to fly out at 11 a.m. got delayed until 8 p.m. So that 3 p.m. checkout was clutch. Able to come back.
We even went to the pool.
Huh?
We went to the pool the day
we went to the pool. Yeah, that allowed us to be able to go to the pool and then come back, shower, get ready, like not have to, feel dirty and whatnot. But anyways, let's move on to food. So, honestly, I think.
Oh my god.
So Fontainebleau is a gorgeous resort, all that. But honestly, the food might be the best.
And you have to tune in to the next video of Culinary Experiences 2025, the KirkSlay edition, because we're not gonna give you any. I'm just gonna say the food is untouchable at Fontainebleau.
Nah, everything.
And it is the first.
No, I lied. There's one thing that was trash.
What?
There was one that was trash.
What?
That I remember we went to it was the last day that we were there, and we went to that, what was that,
La Fontaine?
No, it was the
pool?
What's that coffee shop that we went to? Not Chez Bonbon.
La Fontaine.
No, we didn't go to La Fontaine.
La Côte? No.
It was the I'm gonna have to look it up. But
what did we have?
It was the one that was right outside of the
gym?
Yeah.
That's La Fontaine.
No, it's not. That's when you go in and you eat and you sit down and whatnot.
Okay, now I need to look because you have me. What did you get? You got a frittata?
I got that sandwich. It was trash.
It was bad. Yeah. The coffee wasn't great.
No, the coffee there was good, but the sandwich itself was buns.
Let me go on my Fontainebleau app. Because their app is...
We gotta look at it live now because...
I can't think, I don't know what... Other than La Fontaine, I don't know what it would...
Cafe Kudo.
Oh.
That's what it was. So...
It wasn't great. The coffee was not my favorite.
Or Cafe Couteau. I don't know. Somebody else told me how to say it. Anyways, the sandwich I got was called...
Yeah, it wasn't great. You can put a picture in here because it wasn't. I have a picture.
I mean, it doesn't even look good.
It wasn't.
Yeah, it was the frittata. Yeah.
No.
Nah, you could pass on that.
I will say this is where, and you have to tune in, but
the latte was fire though.
Bellagio has way better croissants than Fontainebleau. Really? Yeah.
Well, you know what we went to, what was it Chez Bonbon?
Chez Bonbon.
Yeah. So when we went to Chez Bonbon, that we got the I got the chocolate croissant.
Yeah.
And the chocolate croissant was good, but I was expecting more chocolate.
Yeah, and this is what I will say about, and again, you have to tune in.
I'm definitely nitpicking too.
We're nitpicking. I will tell you, it is very expensive. You need to expect, you're at an elevated resort like this, you are going to pay, coffee, 2 coffees and 2 croissants was $44.
Yeah, it was $40.
So you are going to pay that price for where you're at. We don't really complain about paying for food unless we get it and it's bad.
Yeah.
But it was definitely.
Well, we also go. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off like that. But when we travel, we go knowing that we're gonna spend.
Vegas has definitely increased their prices.
Yeah.
I will tell you that.
Way more expensive than it was last year. We're going to create a whole
separate video. Vegas has changed completely. Yeah. But you get. I will not complain for the dinners and the meals that we had there.
Hell no. And while we're still on the food, obviously. Listen. So we got the bad things out of the way, the questionables. The chocolate croissant. Yeah. Could have been better. It was alright though. It looked way better than what it tasted. That's why I got it. It looks so fire. Mm-hmm. I actually wanted to go back to Chez Bonbon and get a couple more things, but we just didn't have the time.
Gelato.
Went to Cafe Kudo. That sandwich was trash. Coffee was good though. The Chez Bonbon coffee was I guess it was alright. Coffee at Bagel Mania was way better.
Yes.
But
don't give away all of our.
I know we haven't got there yet, but yeah. And then but the flagship restaurants.
Ooh.
You know, the fine dining hits across the board.
10 out of 10.
Listen, we don't. It's very, very rare.
We've never done
that
it.
We do a repeat.
We've never done it.
We had never done it, but a repeat visit in the same trip to a restaurant.
We did it here. And
we did it twice on this trip.
You have to tune in,
twice
like and
on
subscribe
this trip
to our next video to see what restaurant it was.
Yeah.
And if you can guess, if you know the Fontainebleau and you know KirkSlay, can you guess which restaurant we ran back twice?
So it was
we're
popping.
Still talking about it, and we are booking our next trip just to go there.
Like listen. That meal was something special.
And we have to tell the story in the next video of what happened to us there, because it was epic.
It was definitely special.
Can we just, because we don't want to give too much away about the food, can we just talk about the gym for a second?
Well, we haven't even we didn't say the restaurants that we did go to.
Do we want to say it in this video?
I mean.
All right, so we'll give you a hint and a sneak peek. So while we were at Fontainebleau...
I guess maybe not. I may speak.
You don't want to give it...
Well, because I'm trying to get all the places that we went to.
A teaser. I know them all off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Do you want me to say?
I mean, no, because we only went. Well, we won't say what restaurant we went to, but we could talk about the other food that we had too. Because we had Miami Slice.
Yeah, but we're gonna talk about that in our food video.
But you have to say if you like the food or not.
So we went to the food hall. So Fontainebleau does not have a food court. It has a food hall.
Yeah. Well, they call it. What do they call it? They call it the food hall?
Yes. And so it is like a...
No, they call it the promenade.
The promenade of food, where it's supposed to be a food court, but it is incredibly elevated. Again, not cheap. One of the places that we went to the last day, we got 2 burgers, 2 drinks, and it cost $65. So it's like, it is not cheap. But it is so worth it. Like, I would go back to Vegas just for this food, because I've never seen a food promenade like that in my life.
We saw the
Miami Slice owners.
Yeah, the owners of Miami Slice. Yeah. That was kind of crazy.
So they have a whole food promenade. If you don't want like a sit down fancy dinner, you can go there. We didn't go to La Côte, which was the pool. Yeah, no, it was closed while we were there. Yeah. We had tendies at the pool.
You have tendies at the pool.
I
always gotta have the tendies at the pool.
TT time.
TT time. Yeah. That was good. The tendies are good.
Stay tuned for the food video coming, because it was epic.
What else did we get there when we were there? We went to the tavern while we were at the...
it was fine.
The tavern was good.
It was fine.
Capons. Burgers.
Yeah.
That was a great burger.
My favorite burger in Vegas. It trumped... What is the burger place that I love?
Gordon Ramsay?
No. The one in Sarka.
Victory Burger.
It blew Victory Burger out of the water.
Crazy. Wow.
10 out of 10.
That's saying a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, food in the Fontainebleau, it's up. It's up in there. Yeah, for sure. All right, so yeah, next is the gym.
This is a tough one for me. So
it was a nice gym though.
Listen, anybody that knows me knows that I go to the gym first thing when I go to a hotel. It is my thing. I have to examine. And there was so much hype leading up to the Fontainebleau gym. Everybody was saying it's a world class. WrestleMania had just been there in April, and we watched a whole thing about Jey Uso and how he went to the gym and said it was the best gym he's ever been to.
For a hotel.
I was a little disappointed.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you why. Is it gorgeous? Yes. Is it big? Yes. They do not have enough equipment. So they don't have enough treadmills. But I will tell you, like, the treadmills are all overlooking the strip, so you can see everything that's happening. They have ellipticals. They have bikes. They don't have enough, like, leg equipment, ab equipment, the Pilates room, which I was super excited to use. You can't use it unless you hire a trainer. I didn't need a trainer. I just wanted to use the machines. It was very crowded. And I don't know if that's because there were conferences there and like everybody and their mother, like we went early, we went late.
Yeah.
We tried all different times. It was really busy. It was busy.
Yeah. I mean, you couldn't, there really wasn't any room to do any free weights.
No. The one thing
you're fighting for a treadmill.
Yeah. The one thing I will say about the gym, every morning, because we went pretty much every day, every morning that we walked in, so the first time we had to show our room key.
Yeah.
From there on out, they recognized us.
That was probably
so good to see
that was probably the best part.
Yeah,
about it,
have a great workout. So glad you're back. I mean,
and honestly,
service,
the one lady, I don't know. Well, I don't want to say it like that, but she remembered my name.
Yeah,
like that was kind of crazy.
And they gave towels and
right the front
waters
door,
when you walk in.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just elevated. So I'm not saying it's bad. It just was hyped way bigger than I think it was.
I feel like, but you know, I also think it was a testament to, like, just like you said,
that
there was just so many work events and conventions, because
it will be interesting to see.
You're not getting people that are like on vacation. You're getting folks that are working. So it's like I'm keeping up with my regular daily routine.
Well, so
so I'm gonna go and but we're different. We don't we actually work out on vacation like nobody else does that.
True.
So.
But it was like. We got to work out. It was great.
Yeah.
The staff was great.
Listen, one of those times, I went back to the room because I was like, I'm not sitting out here waiting for.
I had to text you one time to tell you that the treadmill was open. Yeah. It was like I was trying to.
Waiting around for that. Like if no treadmill and no space to do free weights, like I'm out of there.
It was a lot. It was really busy. So.
But overall, it's still, listen. Don't get me wrong. Everything about the Fontainebleau, like that we've been talking about so far, it's just nice. Everything is nice. Yeah. There's not anything. Nothing's broken. Nothing's dirty. Nothing. Everything is spotless in there. Service is top notch. Like you can't. Like there's no complaints about that so far. So moving on. Pool.
The pool is stunning.
Yeah.
That is the best pool in Vegas, and we've been to a lot of pools.
You think it's better than Bellagio's pool?
Yes.
Better than Caesars?
Yes.
Oh, I haven't really hung out at Caesars, but...
Yes.
Better than Caesars?
The only thing it does not have is a lazy river.
Pool?
Yes. That is my favorite pool in Vegas. It was relaxing, but it was a vibe.
But a pool at this caliber resort is not going to have a lazy river.
No, it's just not that kind of place. But there were... 5 pools that you could choose from?
Well, the main pool had like that one little main area. One, two, three, like main pools in the main area.
The service at the pool from the minute we sat down.
One off to the left, one off to the right, and then the one in the back.
Girls were coming over. Do you need drinks? And then the second time, the girl remembered us, came over to us and said, "Hey, you're back. Like we're so glad to see you." People offering towels. The security is at a different level. You have to show them your room key. They check your bags. Everything is at a different level.
I thought was dope.
What?
When they had the lady that was out there with the bird, the eagle.
Yeah, the bird's name was Logan.
It was a hawk.
It was Logan.
Yeah. And to scare away the other birds and stuff. I thought that was awesome. I've never seen anything like that before, and that's like the most. It's like, dude, if you don't got that, what are you doing?
Yeah, the food, the tendies at the pool, best tendies in Vegas, in my opinion.
I don't know if I could say that.
I think so.
I don't know. Bellagio's tendies were pretty good.
I think we'd have to do a side by side. Pina coladas, A1.
Yeah, pina coladas.
The service
again. You know what? I actually didn't like my drink there either, but I got a questionable drink though.
What did you get?
I got like the iced espresso martini.
Oh, that was fun.
But I was thinking for it to. I thought it was gonna be more sweet, but it was just more watered down than anything. So.
But again, you're going to pay a price. Yeah. Like our bills were over $100 at the pool, and we got 2 drinks each. And
we didn't. I mean, honestly, I wish we had better luck at the pool though.
Yeah, the weather was not good. Trash. So we'll be back. But the pool is my favorite in Vegas.
Definitely my favorite in Vegas as well. Mm-hmm. Pool's the best.
Yeah, definitely.
And we didn't even go to the 21 plus area.
No, it was not open.
Regular.
It was just a regular pool. There were very little kids. Very little. I saw like 2 or 3.
Yeah, there were 2 or 3. People.
It's not I don't know, like, would I bring my kid? Yes, because he's a little different. I don't think it's meant for little. A couple
people
kids.
out there doing laps in the pool.
Yeah, a lot of people.
That was kind of wild.
They have a middle bar, like a
Yeah.
Like it's like a round bar in the middle of the pool.
It looks like La Concha.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
The music is like very chill.
Okay.
Just every little detail at the pool, from the towels to the chairs to the service, A1. Opulence.
Everything was crazy in there. Like,
yeah.
I think I would want to go back. Sorry, I got ice in my mouth. I think I'd want to go back and reserve. Was it Gigi's pool in the back?
Yeah. So Gigi's grotto has to be reserved, and it is heated. So the whole pool is heated. So that actually might make sense when we go back, because we're going to be back when it's a little cooler.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the only pool that's open year round.
Yeah.
So.
Dang, so we got through everything pretty quickly, huh?
Yeah, what's next?
So overall, in KirkSlay fashion, are we slaying or are we staying away?
Slay! To put it this way, you guys, we were already planning our next trip before we got out the door.
Yeah.
Because we also reached a different tier level. And so most likely by 2026 we'll be at royal tier status.
We weren't expecting to move up that quick. To be honest with you.
The casino took our money.
So, well, we did gamble quite a bit this time around.
And one thing we didn't do that we are doing deliberately on the next trip is the spa.
Yeah,
we just didn't have time.
Spa. Yeah.
This trip was very different for us because it was very go, 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 go. There was something planned at all times, and we were on a very tight. So it wasn't like a normal KirkSlay trip where we go to the spa, we do the pool every day. There was no time to chill out. This was a go, go, go trip.
Yeah, definitely. So overall, I'm definitely slaying it, by the way. So that I think
you slay?
There was
I need the slay.
There was no doubt about that. So
is it your favorite hotel in Vegas?
Yeah, I'd say so.
It's mine.
I'd say so. I actually don't think it's even a debate.
I can't imagine staying at another hotel that you get spoiled. Well, we're not, because we're gonna hold status there.
I'm not staying anywhere else.
And also,
I don't think there's any hotel. A hotel on a resort can. You know what? I lied. I'd stay at the Wynn or Encore.
Yeah. But we're Encore people. We've never stayed at the Wynn, but we're Encore. We like the Encore.
The Wynn is the Encore. They're the same thing, pretty much. But
I'm Fontainebleau all day. Yeah. What is your con of the Fontainebleau?
My cons, like I'm honestly I'm nitpicking. My cons are.
Kirk doesn't like to walk.
It's far from everything.
It is.
But. It's not the Palms far.
The Palms is different.
You know what I'm saying? You know what made being able to once we bought the 2-day pass for the monorail, it made it then it was like, okay.
And when you're at the Fontainebleau, you are near Westgate, and Sahara, and Resorts World. Yeah. So for anybody that is Vegas familiar, you are in monorail.
But I also think too, if once they build out the Vegas loop, it's gonna be nothing.
Totally. And I will say, like, I like to walk, but there was one night that we met Kirk's friend and we were with his brother and we were at Beer Park. We walked all the way from Beer Park, which is mid-strip. I had heels on that were this big. We walked from Beer Park all the way to the Fontainebleau.
And just to let you guys know, I did ask multiple times, should we take a taxi?
Listen, we were rallying. I jumped a partition. We hurdled a partition in the middle of, your brother was like, whoa, we're on another level.
I was like, taxi? Yeah. And y'all are like, yo, we'll walk it
Rally.
We'll walk it out.
I will tell you that, I know this is not what this video is about, I was not impressed with the Resorts World at all.
No.
No.
It's a ghost town in there.
It was wild.
Ghost town.
It reminded me of like a rundown mall.
You know, I don't know what, like, it just seemed like nobody was in there. And
we were in there at 1 a.m.
But the thing is, no, I'm not. We went there during the day too. We went there. We went there for lunch one day, and that was on Cinco de Mayo. It was crickets in there.
It was not what I expected. Everybody talks up Resorts World. I wouldn't stay there.
It felt sterile in there.
It did. There was something very eerie about it. But that's not what this video is about. I would say the only con of the Fontainebleau, if you don't have a car and you don't take the monorail, it is far from everything.
Yeah. It's, but even though it's far, I still feel like it's manageable.
The other thing I want to
if you take a taxi or something, take it to Win Encore, and then like you're kind of like, you know, you're able to shake and bake a little bit.
The other thing I want to call out is that people were saying that it was a bad area and they felt unsafe.
I didn't feel unsafe at all.
Not one time. Yeah. And we walked back to the Fontainebleau 3 times at close to 3 a.m.
From the Sahara.
And it was Sahara and from Resort World. I did not one time feel unsafe. I didn't see anybody out there. Walking by Circus.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, no. There was nobody. There's no...
It's bringing... So the Fontainebleau is elevating that side of the strip because it's really bringing out a different dynamic.
I will say that they need to build something else up there, though.
They do.
Something else has got to go there.
They do. For sure.
So I don't know what or when, but they either have to... Yeah, something else has got to go over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
But yeah, cons. I don't really have any cons. I had to nitpick a couple things that we said throughout the video. Like my sandwich from what's it called was nasty. Cafe
Kudo. The shopping is exquisite.
The shopping is great. What else was gross? My drink at what's called there's no cons for the hotel itself.
The tavern is just okay.
Tavern's yeah. The
service the second time was horrible.
Yeah, go there or not. That's fine. Pros, everything.
Everything. Every single
services. It
is my favorite resort.
I just can't say enough good things about it, man. I just really can't. There's
so
nothing.
Amazing.
The Fontainebleau is just home.
It's home.
It's home.
It's home.
We'll
be home in a couple months.
That's our new resort for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Like I just can't picture staying anywhere else.
No.
At this moment in time.
And I was like hell bent on Bellagio for so long. Like we'll never stay anywhere else.
Yeah.
The Fontainebleau is it.
Yeah. I mean. I guess I might be over-exaggerating a little bit, like saying I'm not going to stay anywhere else on the strip.
I'm not.
That, but
well, you can. I'm not because we need to.
Well, we said we wanted to try. We did want to try Park MGM.
I do,
but that was about it.
Yeah.
It's hard pass on the Cosmopolitan.
So overrated. So overrated and dirty.
And I'm passing on Aria too.
It's dirty.
I'm passing on Aria because I saw somebody's video, and they stayed in like a ballin' ass suite in Aria, and I just wasn't impressed.
It's okay. Fontainebleau is it. That's KirkSlay's chosen. Fontainebleau sponsor us.
Yeah. So, per usual, I got 4 questions for you. Usually got 5. I got 4.
Oh my god.
All right. So question number 1 is: people said, or we watch a lot of vloggers, y'all. Who doesn't nowadays on YouTube? Some folks said it's pretentious.
I mean...
Do you think it's pretentious?
No. It's for a certain person.
Yeah.
Who is this hotel for? It is for couples. It is for... I wouldn't even say bachelorette unless you're really high-end doing it. Like, it is not a... Like because
you're trying to
it's exquisite.
Go down on a strip party, get drunk, all that kind of nonsense.
It is a level. There are levels to this stuff. Yeah. Okay, and pretentious is not the word I would use.
It's just bougie, man. Like
it's
like
it's elevated.
It's elegant. It's stylish. It's opulent.
It is like worth every single penny that you're about to pay.
Like, I come in there, I feel some type of way coming in there. You know what I'm saying? And it's a certain level of it's a status thing. It's
pretentious is not the word I would use.
No.
I think that people that are calling it that are not the people that go there.
It's not for them.
It's not for
them. Number 2, is it really that far from everything? Is it too far from everything?
I personally did not think so. We walked to Win Encore. We walked to Fashion Show Mall twice. We walked to Resorts World. We walked to Sahara. We walked to Westgate. We walked to Paris. I mean, I personally don't think so. I like to walk. I feel like we got our steps in. If you want to take an Uber, you can. If you want to take a taxi, you can. I would say the price difference, there isn't much of one. And when you're at the Fontainebleau, it is very easy to get a taxi or to get an Uber. So I personally don't think it's that far. It is way closer than the Palms.
Yeah, I'd say. I mean, it was still easy to get. It was still easy to get Ubers or Lyfts. Still easy to get taxis. You know, they're you know the front bellman staff is doing a good job managing that. If you do need one. Sorry, girls is over there. And so if you need to get around, it's easy to get around. I do. You know, it's kind of. You know, what I thought was kind of cool. I didn't realize how close it is to down to Fremont.
Yeah, we didn't
so,
go, but
I mean, it was like we drove from
it.
there to Fremont, and it was pretty close. You know, didn't walk into the Strat, but it's really close to there. I mean, I don't know. Probably many people was like, oh, I'm going to the Strat, but but as far as getting down to the Strip, it's just not hard to do that. No. It's just. You know, I mean, if you prefer to walk, then yeah.
And there's a Walgreens. Like, you walk out the Fontainebleau, you walk a couple blocks, and there's a Walgreens.
I just think if you're gonna stay at the Fontainebleau, also like you're gonna plan to do things up there, or you know, but it has everything where you really don't need to leave. Like, I didn't feel the need to leave the Fontainebleau if you know for anything. I don't need to leave there. If I'm staying, I don't need to go there.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you're gonna hit the Strip once or twice, you know. And when you do, take the monorail, take the lift.
Can you tell everybody? I don't remember how much it was. What was the monorail cost?
I think we did the 2-day monorail. So for and it was I think $38 or something, like $30. It was like $30-something for 2 days, and it was an all day 2-day pass. So unlimited. So once you got it, we got it for 2 days, and we were able to go up and down the Strip on the monorail as much as we wanted to.
Yeah.
So that was pretty clutch, and I honestly would recommend doing that.
We probably should have done it sooner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just didn't think of it, you know, being up that way, and then you could either get on at the Westgate or get on at Sahara, whichever one you want to do. But I mean, listen, if you want to stay at the Fontainebleau and have a time and live that life, you know. It don't matter how far it is.
Live your best life.
You know? It don't matter how far it is. Number 3. What was your favorite thing about the resort? The hotel? What was your favorite thing?
Other than the smell?
Yeah.
The service.
The service?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. For me, I think it was just the ambiance.
Yeah, it was a vibe. It's a vibe. Yeah.
It's just the ambiance, just being there. Because they're like, every time we left, when I walked back in to the Fontainebleau, I was like, yes, I'm back. You know what I'm saying? I'm here. Walking into the room at night, I'm like,
we were really sad to leave.
You know?
That was a hard exit.
Yeah. So this just really loved it. And this one's just for you because I haven't been. Miami or Las Vegas?
Oh, Vegas.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why?
It is way more elevated. And and granted, I haven't been to the one in Miami since I'm 23 and I'm 43. So it's been a long time. And back then I thought that was like the end all be all, but the service I thought was great there. This blew that out of the water. And again, it's 20 something years later. So I don't know, but if I had to choose. But if we did go to Miami, I'm staying at the Fontainebleau. For this reason only.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't answer that question, y'all. I haven't been to that one.
Vegas all that one.
But Fontainebleau Las Vegas.
If we could buy a room in the Fontainebleau Las Vegas, I would, so we could go there all the time.
Wasn't there rumors that they were doing stuff like that so you could rent out?
We'd be those people. Put us on a list.
Hey, listen, like we said, we slaying it all day long.
Slay.
This might be the first 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5. You know, I don't think there's anything. I can't say enough good things.
We will be back. You will see us real soon.
Crazy. But yeah.
Do you want to talk a little bit about the tier level for our casino players and how that works? It's a little different than any other.
I mean, I feel like right now, it's definitely gonna change in the next year or two.
And they're tier matching, right?
They do tier match MG. I don't know if they do that for everybody, but I know for a fact they're definitely tier matching MGM if you are a platinum member
Yeah.
They're tier matching you, or no, well, remember they're tier matching you to their status.
And one thing I thought was really cool is that so like with MGM and
That's
Caesars,
the best. That's the best thing. Yeah,
expires.
it's like MGM now is allowing you to carry over like 7,500 points or something like that. And I don't know if you keep your actual status or if you're just carry. So you can tell me in the comments. Tell us in the comments if you actually do keep your MGM status. Like if you reach gold in this year, and do you get it for next year too, or are you getting reset and then you just roll over 7,500 points? That's what I want to know. But Fontainebleau is that what they're doing is if you reach a certain tier status this year, maybe that's gonna be like that going forward. But this year, I know for a fact, any status you get this year, you keep that status then into next year as well, so it doesn't reset on January 1st. Your points, your tier points reset, but your status won't reset.
Yeah.
So
we'll be back there twice before 2025 ends, and then probably twice in 2026.
I mean, we're gonna be royal by the end of the year.
Yeah, that's the goal.
And then we'll keep that into the next year, which is dope.
Kirk was at the desk every single day, and they were so nice.
Yeah. They probably got sick of me.
They were so nice.
But yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. A1.
A1.
So we are slaying Fontainebleau. And is it worth the hype? 1,000%. It is worth the hype. Go book your trip, even if it's for a night. Go and experience it.
Or if you like to split your trips.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, for sure.
You split it. Do the weekend thing at Fontainebleau and end your trip at the Fontainebleau.
Yeah, it's relaxing for sure.
For sure. Yeah.
Awesome.
But yeah. So until the next one, y'all. You already know what time it is. Peace and love.